Hi, welcome to Relax and Breathe. Today, our guest is Glenn Harrold, clinical hypnotherapist and self help author. I'm so happy to have you back, Glenn. Welcome from Spain and hello.
Thank you, Pompe. It's great to be back with you. I was, yes, but last time I spoke, I was in England, and I've since moved down to southern Spain. And yes, it's so lovely here, the outdoor lifestyle, and yeah, you just feel so uplifted. So,
Well, it reflects in the way that you look. You look super relaxed and ready to talk about your story and how you got into all of this wonderful work that you offer everyone online.
yeah, well, my journey was a bit unconventional in that I was quite a troubled kid. I was kicked out of school when I was young. I used to run away from home, from the age of 12, and I was into drink and drugs and all that kind of thing. Ran with a bad crowd, and I was a product of my environment. So because my home life was so dysfunctional, I displayed that dysfunctionality when I was out on the streets, and I did get into some quite bad places. And there was always a part of me that wanted to do good. I just didn't know how to. I'd always been surrounded by chaos and violence, so that's all I really knew. And that part of me wanting to do good, it was always there, trying to get out. I didn't know how to express it. And really, my salvation came from. It was in the days of punk rock, and I joined a punk band. I started to learn to play the bass, and that gave me a positive outlet. Albeit, I expressed my anger through it, but it was something positive, And then as time went on, we kind of got a bit more sophisticated. We morphed into a more poppy sort of band, more commercially appealing, and we won a big major competition in the UK, and we won, some money and some kudos and recognition. And so for the first time in my life, I had something that my family were proud of me for, and it felt really good. Because I was still not in a great place as far as the conditioning goes, a lot of bad conditioning. So I was still very stuck in myself, and the whole thing with the band, it imploded as quickly as it happened. We had this success, and we were still drinking and taking drugs. That was not the right way to approach the whole
No, it was
success.
chaos.
It was chaos. It was chaos, but it gave me something. It gave me a foundation to kind of build on. And it was, later on I did sort of restaurants and clubs and bars playing guitar to make a living. And it was one night where I saw a stage hypnotist. I shared the bill with him. That sparked my interest in hypnosis. And it was watching this guy perform in front of an audience that, and the control thing. It wasn't that I was drawn to. It was more the power of it. And I wanted to use hypnosis as a tool for healing rather than entertainment. So from that point on, I did a 2-year diploma with the British School of Clinical Hypnosis in London and learned hypnotherapy from the ground up. I really got into it. I used to use self-hypnosis on myself all the time to clear away a lot of the negative conditioning and the programs that were within me that were causing me, so many problems. And, my life didn't change overnight, but from that point on, things did start to improve. As I was clearing myself internally and focusing my mind on more positive things, I started to meet more positive people. And, from my perspective now, I started to raise my vibrational energy and move forward. I stopped smoking, I stopped drinking, I, really cleaned up my act, I got fit and healthy. And I loved it. I loved this new lifestyle because I was meeting positive people and opportunities were coming along for me. And that momentum, I just, I grabbed the opportunities with both hands and continued to meditate and use self-hypnosis, really got fit and healthy. And that momentum has just carried me through today, and, there I was a kid who got expelled from school at 15. I've written 7 books and, authored 70 hypnosis recordings that
I know.
sent around the world. So it's a blessed life now. But it was a tough journey when I was young.
You have a wonderful story. I love your story. And what intrigued me about what you just said was the fact that you used self hypnosis. So you did a lot of your own work with yourself.
Yeah, well, once I realised that, I always knew that I had these, I didn't really know what they were, but I just knew I had stuff inside me that was holding me back. And, as I studied hypnotherapy, I realised it was conditioning, it was programming from my past. Because, if as a child you're told you're useless, hopeless, you never amount to much, if you're told that enough times as a kid, you're going to believe that. And I became what I was taught. I became a bit of a waster and a loser. So I realised all that stuff was holding me back, and having the hypnotherapy tools to change that conditioning for new programs that were much more positive was the turning point. And once I saw that working, I was like a moth to a flame. I wanted more of that. I wanted to continue to heal myself. And I'm 54 this year, and I still look at that journey. It's ongoing. I'll be doing it when I'm 90. I'll still be working on clearing, destructive programming, because this life is a golden opportunity to heal and to really progress and move forward. And, I believe not come back next time round with a load of bad karma that's going to weigh us down again. So with that understanding, I just continue to move forward, and I've spent time in South America at shamanic retreats, and, I've done ayahuasca ceremonies, which are really deep clearing ceremonies that help you to really face your shadow energy and clear that, literally purge it from yourself. And, so anything that I find that helps me to move forward, I love it. And it's kind of because I had that bad experience, and because I was so stuck when I was younger, that I've got that realization now how valuable it is to be able to have these tools. And that's why, I see it as such a gift that we've got the opportunity to heal ourselves in this life in such profound ways.
It's true. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do another summit, because I feel like I want people to know the resources that are out there, like your resources, your tools, and how powerful they are, and how useful they are. Something simple like becoming more self-reflective and practicing mindfulness every day for 10 minutes. The research is in, it just makes a huge difference. And the fact that you could access those resources yourself and turn it all around and then turn it into your work, your life's work to share with other people is really inspirational. It's great news. It's good news. So can you talk a little bit about your mindfulness aspect of your work that's been developing recently?
Yeah, well, the mindfulness, the most recent recordings I've done have been a range of mindfulness recordings that I co-authored with Russ David, who he was kind of more into mindfulness than I was at the time when we started, got together to author these programs. And so we kind of both brought something to the table that was, valuable as a whole product. And yeah, so we co-authored the recordings. Russ created the music, and we've created 6 titles now. We've done one for deep sleep, one for higher consciousness, which really fascinates me. Higher consciousness and being able to raise our vibration through going into meditative states and realizing that we're so much more than just our physical self. When you go into those states, you really start to see the bigger picture, and you expand your mind. And
you do.
Feel so different when you're in that state and when you come out of it. So as you said, if you're just doing 10 minutes of mindfulness a day, you're going to feel profound benefits from that. Over time, it's so rewarding. I say that if you wanted to build a fantastic physique, you go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. It's the same with the mind. If you want that, mind that's in control, and where you're feeling positive, you're feeling great. You've got insights, you've got creativity flowing through you. Mindfulness and meditation are such a powerful way to do that. And the repetition of it is the key. So I've created these recordings to really help people go into that space, that real still centered space. And, I use some really techniques that I developed over the years that really compound that process. Some of it's post-hypnotic suggestion, because I kind of infuse everything I do with hypnosis.
Right.
Because that's my sort of grounding. So, some people...
That's your gift.
Yeah, that's what I love doing. That's getting into that, real deep centered space and, bombarding the unconscious mind with these powerful suggestions that people respond to at a later date. And, if that's to feel more calm and more centered, more in control, it's such a powerful gift that you can, take those suggestions on board and then respond to them, a week, a month, or years later even. So I love that work. And so these recordings, I'm really proud of them. And with Russ, we worked really hard on getting the music right, getting the scripts right, and the feedback we get is just phenomenal. People just love them, and so that's really a rewarding part of it, that you put so much time and effort into a project, and you get excited about it, and then you release it, and other people feel that.
Yes, it is rewarding, and it's nice to watch it grow and see. For me, having begun meditating decades ago when people just thought it was kind of a far out, freaky, weird thing to do, sit by yourself doing nothing, or with a group of people doing nothing. It's wonderful now to see it blossom everywhere. I just think it's great. So do you have like a little breathing thing you want to share with us?
Yeah, I was just going to say there, I think it's growing now because, you're the name of this summit, Calm in the Chaos.
Right.
It is a chaotic world. There's so much crazy stuff going on,
yes.
So much stress, that people are finding this and finding the salvation in it, because, we do have that control to make choices, not to, to focus on things that raise our vibration and raise our energy. And, by doing meditation, mindfulness, and practicing those things, you're going to take back control of a lot of your life and not feel like you're caught up in this chaos all the time. There is a sanctuary there.
That's true, and I'm so glad you used that word, because it's an internal sanctuary. That's what I teach people, that it's not a sanctuary that can be taken away from you, because it's internal. It's always there with you.
Yeah, that's right. There's a great story of a guy that was incarcerated during the Vietnam War. He was a general, and he was incarcerated in a small, tiny space, and was let out for 1 hour a day. And so to free his mind, he used to visualize playing a round of golf every day. And he would, he got so into the meditation, he didn't have a lot else to do, so he got so into the meditation, he literally spent 3 or 4 hours meditating the whole round. See it, placing his ball on the first tee, driving off, middle of the fairway, then onto the green, and playing a round of golf in his mind. And when he was eventually freed 7 years later, his handicap dropped from 18 down to about 6.
Oh, that's a great story.
So the power of the mind,
yes.
That's it, He hadn't played golf in all those years, but in his mind, because he had. And the mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. So by imagining that, he was, his brain was out there, he was on the golf course.
Well, I know. I think that's one of the amazing things about the mind, and mindset and all of that. I mean, we could go on about that for a long time. The power of it. I feel like we're just tapping into it, like the power of it is so immense, and it's so exciting to see all the science coming in to back it up, it's so that it doesn't seem so far out and so weird. And it's more acceptable to people. I mean, I'm like you. I've studied with some shamanic healers and Taoist masters and things like that. And it's nice to see all of their knowledge being verified by science. I feel like science hasn't quite caught up to them yet, but it's headed in the right direction.
It is, isn't it? That's a real leap forward, isn't it? Because it takes a lot when science verifies something.
Right.
The benefits of meditation and mindfulness. It takes a lot of people. It opens a lot of people up.
Yes, they're more interested in considering it, which is good.
I've always been one of those people that I never need to know the science behind it. I just kind of trust. I kind of go on feeling rather than the methodology.
That's the way I am too.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so then you have like a little exercise for us to try right now, right?
Okay.
That would be great.
So it's kind of a little sample of mindfulness and kind of getting people into a very relaxed state. So wherever you are, if you're driving a car, then don't do this. So you've got to be in a place where you're not going to be disturbed, and it's going to be 5 or 10 minutes long, just a short little sample. What I want you to do is just begin by closing your eyes and making yourself nice and comfortable. And then I just want you to become aware of your breathing. Just focus on your breath, which is maybe something you don't do throughout your day. But when you begin to notice it, you become aware of the rise and fall of your chest and the natural breathing motion. And in this case now, I want you just to begin by breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So you create a slow, circular breathing motion. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you breathe out, I want you to breathe away any tightness or any tension in your body. So with every out breath, you just breathe away any traces of tightness or tension and any cares or worries. And you can just begin to allow your mind and your body to rest and to become very still and centered. As in this moment, there is nothing for you to do except just to relax and to let go. And as you do this, your mind will naturally become more still and centered. As you focus just on the moment. And you enjoy that feeling of just being present and very still and quiet. Just continue to breathe and relax and allow your body just to feel very comfortable now. Every last muscle in your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just relaxing and letting go. And as you do this, your unconscious mind will naturally become more open, while your conscious mind can relax and let go and drift away, as there is nothing for you to do at this moment. Nobody wanting anything, nobody asking for anything. This is your time just to completely relax and drift down deeper and deeper into that very still and centered place where you feel so peaceful and relaxed. Just continue to let go and relax. And connect with that feeling of presence. Just really enjoying that feeling of letting the outside world fade more and more into the background. And at this point, you can go beyond your thoughts, as though you are the observer. Beyond your conscious mind. Naturally allowing your unconscious mind to become ever more open. And I want you to know that whenever you enter this state, where your mind is very still and your body is physically relaxed, this deep feeling of calmness and relaxation will stay with you even after you come back to full consciousness. And you will find that you deal with the stresses and the ups and downs of life in a much more calm and confident way. And as time goes on, a feeling of confidence and the feeling of inner calm will grow stronger and will permeate every area of your life. so that even when you're faced with stressful situations, you will be able to deal with them with a new strength and calmness. And the ups and downs of life will no longer seem so extreme. And you will feel more in control in your everyday life. And you will continue to make more time to meditate and to go into this relaxed state where you can truly empower yourself from the inside out. As you now understand how valuable making time to switch off really is. And so now, in a few moments, you can take a deep breath and you can open your eyes in your own time. Be back in the room, feel wide awake again and refreshed and feeling good in yourself now.
That was great. Thank you, Glenn.
That was exactly 10 minutes.
Very
Sometimes
nice.
it can feel quicker than that.
No.
Because you can stay in that state for like, you can stay in that state for an hour and it feels like 5 minutes have passed. I've done that many times with clients where I've hypnotized them for, sometimes up to an hour, and they can never believe it lasted that long, because it's kind of a confirmation of the fact that your conscious mind is switched off and you're operating in your unconscious state. Even though you're still aware of what's going on in the room, you know what's going on around you, you're in that altered state of consciousness where you're not aware of time. And it's such an empowering thing. And sometimes people experience hypnosis for the first time. That always amazes them how quickly it goes by.
Yeah, meditation is the same way. When people ask how you can, do a session where you're practicing meditation for days, and you can enter the same space where I call it beyond space-time. And it's a different, it's kind of like a different dimension.
Yeah. It's like a sanctuary, isn't it? It's such a safe place. When you go there, it's like you're in control of the outcome and what you want to see. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a goal to set yourself. If you're doing self-hypnosis or you're doing a meditation yourself, it's sometimes good if you wanted to lose weight, or you wanted to do a law of attraction thing where you wanted to be more abundant. It's good to set that goal before you start that.
And that's a great segue into what we need to talk about now, which is your free gift and the things that people can find on your website.
So the free gift is my mindfulness meditation for releasing anxiety.
Ah, perfect.
I'm really proud of this recording, because along with Russ, we put a lot of time and effort into creating something really magical. And I even nowadays, down to the microphone, I used a big microphone, so it's like really expansive, and the sound kind of, when you've got headphones on, it kind of wraps itself around you, and it's really powerful. And the music Russ has created is absolutely beautiful. And we've released this. We put this recording out, in a number of places, and it's kind of a sample of the whole range, which is kind of the beauty of the way of selling now. It's not like you don't have to do the hard sell, push stuff down people's throat. You can say, look, here's a recording, have a listen to it, and if people like that, they then come back and look for the other ones,
right.
the long versions, which is, I love that way of selling. So this mindfulness track is 25 minutes long, and you can listen to it and really enjoy it. You know, there's a little meditation in there where you imagine you're putting your problems on these leaves and they float down the river, and you've got the sound effects going on that really enhance that. And there's a lot to it. You know, we put a lot of different things in this one to make it really effective. And so yeah, that can be downloaded. Is it on your site, Pompey?
It'll be on, yes, it'll be on the site that people tune in for the summit. So it'll be on this site right now. When they're watching this video, they should be able to access it really easily along, you know, with the information about you.
Yeah, excellent. I can also, I've got a guide to self-hypnosis, which I like to give away. So I'll send that as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's kind of for people who are new to self-hypnosis. They can follow this guide, follow the steps, and practice that every day.
Great.
You know, self-hypnosis, meditation, they're all very similar things. You know, sometimes with meditation, you tend to use a bit more visualization. It's not so structured, if you like. So yeah, but the self-hypnosis is always a good way to start to kind of get into this mind programming thing. You know, when you want to raise your vibration, raise your energy, and you know, become the person you're supposed to be.
Well, thank you, Glenn. It's been wonderful talking to you, and thank you so much for contributing to the summit.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Okay, take care. See you again.
All right, bye for now.
Bye-bye.